The world's oldest ghost stories are way older than you think. Tales of ghosts, phantoms and spectres have permeated human culture as long back as writing allows us to observe, and if we travel back over 4,000 years to ancient Sumer, which is now southern Iraq, we see the first word for the word ghost. So in Sumerian the word is Gidim, and in Akkadian, Etemu. Now in Mesopotamian mythology, by mixing clay with the flesh and blood of a sacrificed god, that's what creates the first human spirit. And when someone died, if they did not have the proper obsequies performed, then they might return from the underworld to terrorise the living. So what you're looking at here is the world's oldest depiction of a ghost. So here is the original tablet. As you can see, it doesn't actually contain the white tracing that's been added after to make it easy to see. As you can see, it is a little bit obscure without it. So at the bottom, it also has a fragmentary cuneiform inscription which details essentially what's happening within this tablet. So the colophon at the bottom also tells us that it was written by a scribe by the name of Marduk Apla Idin. And again, although fragmentary, it does give us a clue as to what's happening here within this tablet. So essentially, it's depicting some sort of exorcism, and we have a ghost, a Gidim or a Etemu, being led back to the underworld from whence it came by a female figure at the front. It also mentions Shamash. Now Shamash is the Mesopotamian god of the sun, and when the sun would set in the evening, it would head down back to the underworld to judge the dead. And for this reason, Shamash would be called upon in various incantations and rituals to banish the troublesome spirit back to the underworld from whence it had escaped. Also, finally, just to point out that the tablet I showed you does actually hold a Guinness World Record for being the oldest depiction of a ghost. And here we have Irving Finkel, the curator at the British Museum, who actually identified this as being the oldest depiction of a ghost, quite proudly, as he should, holding the record. Now, if you'd like to read more about Mesopotamia and its ghosts and its various incantations and rituals, then Irving Finkel, who you just saw pictured there, has written a whole book on the subject called The First Ghosts. Highly recommend it. It's got everything you need, pictures, resources, everything that you could possibly want about the subject. In the meantime, that is all from me. Have a very happy Halloween, and I will catch you next week for more Sumerian translations.